Christopher Allen Wright, born January 15, 1965, is an American engineer, businessman, and government official serving as the 17th United States Secretary of Energy since February 3, 2025. His life story reflects a blend of technical expertise, entrepreneurial drive, and a controversial stance on energy and climate policy, shaped by his deep roots in the energy sector and his alignment with President Donald Trump's energy agenda. Early life and education. Chris Wright was born in Billings, Montana, but grew up in Colorado, where he developed an early passion for the outdoors, later becoming an avid skier, cyclist, climber, and outdoor enthusiast. His academic journey took him to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, where he earned a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. He further pursued graduate work in electrical engineering at MIT and the University of California, Berkeley, showcasing his technical aptitude and interest in energy-related fields. Career in the energy industry. Wright's professional career has been deeply tied to the energy sector, particularly in oil and gas, with a focus on hydraulic fracturing, fracking. In 1992, at the age of 27, he founded Pinnacle Technologies, a company that pioneered the hydraulic fracture mapping industry, significantly contributing to the commercial viability of shale gas production in the late 1990s. He served as its CEO until 2006. That same year, Wright sold Stroud Energy, where he had served as chairman, to Range Resources. Stroud was an early player in shale gas production, further cementing Wright's role in the American shale revolution. In 2011, he founded Liberty Energy, initially Liberty Oilfield Services, which grew to become North America's second-largest hydraulic fracturing company, valued at $2.8 billion by February 2023. As CEO, Wright earned $5.6 million in 2023 and held 2.6 million shares worth approximately $47 million at the time of his confirmation as Energy Secretary. Beyond oil and gas, Wright has been involved in other energy sectors. He served on the board of Oklo Inc., a nuclear technology company developing small modular reactors, and EMX Royalty Corp., a Canadian mineral rights company. He also explored applying shale production technologies to geothermal energy, reflecting his broader interest in energy innovation. His work in nuclear, solar, and geothermal energy has been cited as evidence of his diverse energy portfolio, though his primary legacy lies in fossil fuels. Wright's public persona as an energy executive was marked by bold gestures. In 2019, he drank fracking fluid to demonstrate its supposed safety, a stunt that drew attention to his advocacy for the oil and gas industry. Liberty Energy, under his leadership, promoted greener chemical additives for fracking, though Wright remained skeptical of environmentalist critiques of the practice. He also founded the Bettering Human Lives Foundation in 2024, aimed at providing cooking fuels to communities in Africa, aligning with his belief that fossil fuel expansion can alleviate global poverty. Political involvement and views. Wright had no prior government experience before his appointment as Secretary of Energy, but he was an active supporter of Republican causes. In 2024, he donated $228,390 to Trump's joint fundraising committee, and his wife, Liz, co-hosted a Trump fundraiser in Montana, with each contributing $175,000 to the campaign. His alignment with Trump's energy policies, particularly the push for energy dominance, made him a natural fit for the administration. Wright has been a vocal critic of mainstream climate change narratives. While acknowledging that human activity contributes to global warming, he has consistently downplayed its severity, arguing that the benefits of fossil fuel use, such as economic growth and poverty reduction, outweigh its environmental impacts. In a 2023 LinkedIn video, he stated, "There is no climate crisis, and we're not in the midst of an energy transition either," claiming that global climate efforts were collapsing under their own weight. He has also disputed scientific consensus linking climate change to increased frequency or severity of extreme weather events like wildfires, hurricanes, and floods, assertions that have drawn sharp criticism from scientists and environmentalists. In a 2023 blog post for Liberty Energy, Wright described his mission as countering alarmist climate pronouncements and promoting a sober conversation about energy trade-offs. He has called terms like clean energy and dirty energy misleading, arguing that all energy sources have trade-offs and that fossil fuels remain indispensable. His claim that covering the entire planet with solar panels would meet only 20% of global energy demand was debunked by New Scientist, which calculated that just 0.3% of land would suffice. Appointment as Secretary of Energy. On November 15, 2024, the Financial Times reported Wright as the likely candidate for Secretary of Energy in Trump's second term. The next day, President-elect Trump officially nominated him, praising Wright's role in the shale revolution and his work across nuclear, solar, geothermal, and oil and gas. Trump also appointed Wright to the newly formed Council of National Energy, chaired by Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, to streamline energy production and reduce regulatory barriers. Wright's Senate confirmation hearing on January 15, 2025, highlighted his polarizing views. He pledged to support all energy sources, including renewables, but faced scrutiny from Democrats, particularly California Senator Alex Padilla, over his dismissal of climate-driven wildfires. The Senate Committee on Energy and Natural Resources voted 15-6 in favor of his nomination on January 23, and the full Senate confirmed him 59-38 on February 3, 2025, with support from 8 Democrats, including both Colorado Senators John Hickenlooper and Michael Bennet. Wright was sworn in later that day and committed to divesting his Liberty Energy holdings within 90 days. Tenure as Secretary of Energy. As Secretary of Energy, Wright has prioritized American energy dominance, focusing on expanding production of oil, natural gas, coal, nuclear, and hydropower while reducing regulations. He has overseen the rollback of Biden-era climate policies, including lifting restrictions on liquefied natural gas, LNG, exports. Wright has also championed nuclear power, including small modular reactors, and investments in nuclear fusion and quantum computing. One of his most controversial actions was overseeing a Department of Energy report questioning mainstream climate science, which was widely criticized for misrepresentations and selective data use. In an interview with Kimberly Strassel, Wright claimed that too little atmospheric CO2 was a greater risk than rising levels, a statement at odds with scientific consensus. His visit to the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, NREL, in 2025 drew attention when he dismissed concerns about climate-driven wildfires as hype, despite the lab's proximity to the site of Colorado's devastating 2021 Marshall Fire. Wright's agenda includes replenishing the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, strengthening the power grid, and streamlining permitting processes for energy projects. He has argued that energy abundance is critical for economic prosperity and global stability, often citing the outsourcing of manufacturing to high-emission countries like China as a flawed climate strategy. However, his opposition to clean energy incentives and staff reductions at the DOE have raised concerns among clean energy advocates about the future of renewable energy research. Personal life. Wright lives in Washington, D.C., with his wife, Liz, though they maintain ties to Colorado, where they previously resided in Englewood. He is a father and grandfather, and his passion for outdoor activities reflects his Colorado roots. Wright has served on the boards of nonprofit organizations, including ACE Scholarships and the Bettering Human Lives Foundation, underscoring his commitment to humanitarian causes tied to energy access. Legacy and controversy. Chris Wright's life story is one of technical innovation and entrepreneurial success in the energy sector, particularly in advancing the shale gas and oil industries. His appointment as Secretary of Energy marks a significant shift toward fossil fuel prioritization and deregulation, aligning with Trump's drill, baby, drill philosophy. However, his skepticism of climate science and dismissal of renewable energy's potential have made him a polarizing figure. Critics, including the Natural Resources Defense Council, argue that his leadership undermines efforts to address climate change, while supporters like Senator John Barrasso praise his energy realism and focus on affordability and innovation. Wright's tenure is likely to shape U.S. energy policy for years, with implications for global energy markets, climate efforts, and the balance between fossil fuels and renewables. His story reflects a complex interplay of science, business, and ideology, rooted in a belief that energy abundance is a cornerstone of human progress.